sir. Hello,
Yes.
sir.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you perfectly.
Okay, sir. Let's just go straight to why. So why do we have issue of land documentation? Why do we have the issue? There's too much drama with buying land in Nigeria. We need to bring, because a lot of times I've seen some people that they got land. I see somebody telling me stories of issues of land today, as of this day, as of today. So why do we have that problem? Why do we have issue of land documentation in Nigeria? The inconsistency. Why do we have it in Nigeria, sir?
Fantastic. So I will really trace it. I don't know whether I discussed this with you the last time, to the Land Use Act. So we have something called the Land Use Act 1978, and that law says that all land belong to the governor of the state. Meanwhile, you and I know, yes, to the governor Lonile. Meanwhile, you and I know that every family owns land in Nigeria. That time, but you can trace, in fact, everybody, to Baja Yoruba, for example, Loloriki, right?
Sir,
you know, and
sorry, sir.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, sir. Are we saying belongs to the office of the governor or the governor? Go?
And by the virtue of being the governor, he can do and undo on the land. All land in the state belongs to the governor to keep in trust for the people. So the governor can revoke C of O. The governor can put a cession on a land. Right? And yes, these are part of the problem. So what now happened in Nigeria is usually people are forced to buy land twice. You buy it from the family members, then you now go back to government to try and get C of O. As a result, electoral C of O is now way expensive, and a lot of people can't even afford it, right? And so oftentimes you cannot see so much contention over land issues. So a lot of Amiwatwa and diaspora, so sometimes you hear, need documents. It's what they don't even understand is that most times OT rather directly from family to your ancestrally or noni. Because if you go and get C of O without even buying directly from family, wàhálà ló ṣì máa ní, ìyẹn ló wá máa ń di ọ̀rọ̀ pé àwọn èèyàn náà wọ́n lọ rí ilẹ̀ wọn, àwọn ọmọ onílẹ̀ wọ́n lé wọn, wọ́n ṣe kinní kan. Meanwhile, the land has a document. So you have government document, but Monile is chasing you from the land because they feel you have not sorted them.
But you said the governor owns the land. But now you have the government document. And who is Omonile again to the governor?
Omonile is the, I mean, we tell you that, I mean, Baba, Lonile. I mean, so, because remember that law 1978 no ṣe ilẹ̀ ti wà thousands of years tó dẹ̀ jẹ́ pé our family ti pass it over to different children. So suddenly government now said governor owns the land. So in reality it's not fair. So these are part of the really far issue, and I've been saying it that until government stop that thing and say, if okay, a family is ever the proof pay lẹ́yìn, I'm a free CO. But bóyá court san owó fún government, or ìwọ tó bá ralẹ̀, just come straight to government and we'll give you document. Just pay a little token. Ogun State started it at some point, and it has reduced friction in Ogun State, where you buy a land from family, just go to government. As long as you pay those fees, they will give you CO. So Ogun State is a bit better, but Lagos is more complex because Ile-Ote for Leko, right? So it's and also I think the new governor said in 90 days you can get CO, and they've been keeping to that. So over time, OT get better. But the rule, and this is why we do this training, is always better to just deal with credible real estate company, because oftentimes you offer you don't understand, all these, complexities to land. So when you can deal with a credible real estate company, I want to imagine process here, and they can help you make the process of acquiring property easy. However, having said that, we own property, we sell property in UK, in US, in Dubai, and in Nigeria. And I can still tell you the kind of profit you man make lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ilé ní Nigeria, you lè make it in Dubai, and in Dubai, you only make it in UK, you only make it in US. Because by default of the way life work, when there's, the higher the problem or the risk, the higher the profits.
So, sir, what is the difference between government consent or governor's consent and C of O?
Yes.
What's the difference between the governor's consent and C of O?
Beautiful question, very beautiful one. So usually, tell you about rale to the C of O already. Many times the C of O is called global C of O in many cases. So you have maybe 20 acres. So until government full company come, you want to have one plot out of the 20 acres, or it's even an individual, but you are buying just 2 plots or 1 acre out of 50 acres. So usually the C of O doesn't come in your name. So if you buy such a land, to be able to now have something that comes in your name, you tell the person selling that land of C of O to give you what we call a deed of assignment. And by the way, legally, deed of assignment is what transfer ownership from the seller to the buyer. Deed of assignment, not C of O. And I be told that in because of course, any C of O.
Deed of assignment.
Deed of assignment. No transfer from any to ní tẹ́lẹ̀ fún what to ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ní kì í ṣe C of O. So ìgbà náà wọ́n kàn máa show àwọn èèyàn pé ilẹ̀ ní C of O ẹlòmíì ti máa jẹ́ lọ. Lóòótọ́ wọ́n máa research pé ó ní C of O. But pé ó ní C of O mí pé ilẹ̀ ẹni. And the only thing, yes, and even to solve one, receipt is not equal to transfer of ownership. Ẹlòmíì kan á tún tán pé ṣèbá ti fún yín receipt ilẹ̀ yẹn dẹ̀ wo ẹ lọ confirm C of O yẹn ó jẹ́ new. So wàá lọ confirm C of O wàá rí pé lóòótọ́ ó jẹ́ new. Wọ́n dẹ̀ first receipt. But by law, Constitution Nigeria, receipts for, call no transfer ownership. Deed of assignment, no transfer ownership by law. So for those of you who understand English, because I realize that Wole has a lot of Yoruba audience. So by law of Nigeria, it is the deed of assignment that transfer ownership of a land to you, and not C of O. Not C of O. Not C of O. Yes, receipt does not transfer ownership. It is deed of assignment. So if you take, and that's why a lot of time people even take somebody they bought property from to court, and they will lose, because when you get to court, you will show the judge that here is the receipt, right, that they gave me, and the person will admit that, no, my lord, I collected money, but the land has not been transferred. We have other land, so the person can even take you to another bush and give you land, because it is when you have a deed of assignment and a survey. The survey yellow map pinpoint the exact location that was given to you.
Hey.
Right? Hey. So it is when you have a deed and a survey of where you bought that you can have a legitimate argument in court if anything change, if they don't give you the property, if they don't give you the land. Because now that's even when you cannot argue over that you paid for land and you were not given land. because you had gotten the document that transferred it to you. But if they have not transferred, what's the argument here?
Hey, so sir, the other time you spoke about, I was asking that even with the governor's consent, people still get to have issues with Omonile. So now,
yes.
with you,
to complete, yes, go ahead.
Okay, so ahead. Can we say it is advisable to kuku buy from the Omonile? Can we say we can buy from the Omonile so that we don't have problem?
No, if you buy from Omonile and you don't perfect your documentation, government can demolish the entire house as well. So the issue of governor's consent is now that because the COO was general and wasn't your name, so you will now, that deed of assignment, you will now still take it to the ministry to say, let the governor be a witness that land that carried somebody else's name in the COO was transferred by that person to you. If governor's consent 1 year. So another word you can call governor's consent is called registered deed of assignment. That's another word for it. The deed of assignment between the buyer and the seller has now been registered with the governor, because remember the law says governor lonile is like the overall authority on land in that state. So you are just getting, that's what they call the governor's consent. The governor is consenting that is now aware that the COO they gave Wole Agba has now moved to Dele Omo Wole Agba.
Wait, I will not even give him, sir. I won't give him. That boy is too troublesome. If I will give him, okay, let's use offering box. CO4 offering box. so sir, is it advisable that we can buy from Omonile? Do you say it's advisable?
It's not advisable. Don't dare it. It's from frying pan to fire, right? Because usually, I mean, I just built a house for my dad in Abeokuta, and all this while my older brother was the one involved. And do you know that even though my dad is from Abeokuta, they paid for that land, right, 4 times until I got involved. So, yes, what was the issue? One Sanwo Leon, and then Koto Padawa, months later, Elomitis, she fence. They moved to another place. This is true story. It happened to my father, right? So they moved into another place. My brother said, okay, let's do like a 2-meter fence. At least everybody to one ball. I'm gonna pay in your continue. True story. By the time they got back 6 months later, Elomi she fence 6 meters, 6 feet. Or if you get to see people lock OT. So the day I got there, I now said to them, because tell me, who is the troublesome person in this place that has been cheating you? They took, and funny enough, it's a woman. So they took me to the woman. I said, and I gave her a new money, true story, new money afresh for the same land. And I told her, you will be the one to build this house, right? And we now started giving her money. That house, my dad lives in that house today.
Wow.
Right? So how many people can go through all that headache? And they know why they couldn't do that with us is because we were into real estate business. We have SAN, we have on our board, on our security board, retired IG of police is the one that sits on our security board. So if you talk about fair wahala, in fact, all your village will be packed. So we have the backing because we have on the board because we're a company. So there are top people who can help us defend the properties we are buying, from top first-class kings to IGO, to all these people. But you want to go around 1 plot, 2 plots, 1 acre. It's not even profitable for you to go and be causing wahala. That's why many people just leave those property for money. Right? But it's not worth it. And they are fighting you both fiscally, sometimes even with chaps. So people are there. So I first deal with credible real estate company, right? That is registered, that is known, that has a reputation to protect. They have a name to protect, right? The owners are known. They are top individuals associating with the brand. So my own 20 million is nothing compared to the billions they built over the years. And no sensible person we want to spoil a reputation. You know, sometimes when I meet new clients, and I say, Dr. Stephen, you know, oh, give no, 50 million, I will be laughing. I say, Google my name, right? 1 billion is not enough for this name, right? I've built a reputation over the years. You know, with all sense of humility.
I know, sir. I know, sir.
With all sense of humility, we have built a global name, global brand, any day, anytime. No celebrity identify with GTEx Home and is trying to like boyash, right? Wow. So there's a level of transparency, integrity, GTEx, and we stream everything live all over the world. So what to run in UK, to le wale, wari bito allocate for new layouts, right? Documented, and we send it to you anywhere in the world. So what we brought into the real estate sector, even our colleagues always say that GTEx really started sanitizing the system. Everybody's beginning to see that we can now buy property in a clean and clear manner without having the headache of complexity that is solid, tele, right? And Genu bought again of Betodu Wole Agba. I need to say that, which is why GTEx want 1 million. The cheapest of our land is 5 million. Right? Saban she promo where by me I she 2.5 because gbogbo wahala yen la ti factor in. Every layer in most places that every layer on right? Chris for them. I want to you never hear that this is a location or color that and worship because all that to make all that has been taken care of when you are buying property from a company like GTEx. So you can't expect it to now be 500,000, 1 million. So we also need to understand, which is very important, that you're not to know fair or better do. So let me say that.
So I remember seeing one of your short videos, maybe the TikTok videos, where you said how to become a billionaire. Buy a bush, leave it for some years, and boom, become a billionaire.
Yes. Buy
okay, hello,
leave it for a while and then sell it and boom. Yes, boom. Absolutely.
I love the boom and boom. Become a billionaire. I love that video so much. So, sir, I know that you have spoken a lot about documents, but then if I buy a land, are we saying deed is the document that guarantees the ownership of the land?
Deed and a survey is the document that guarantees ownership of the land. And please note, usually you need to pay for it separate.
Sir,
it's
so
usually different.
If I buy for example, if I buy from GTEx Homes,
yes.
Do I expect to get deed from GTEx, or you got it already, or GTEx has a deed of assignment or deed already from whoever sold the land to GTEx?
Okay, so usually when we buy land, we have our own deed that transfer the land to us. So when we are
Yes.
now selling to somebody else, we are the one
Okay.
to prepare a deed for the new
You prepare
buyer.
a deal. Okay.
Yes, but the client has to pay. When you are checking GTS form, there is the details there. So you then have to pay, right, for the document, because to do that deed of assignment is our external lawyer that will do it. By law, our internal lawyer can't do it. So our external lawyer will then charge a percentage of the amount that you bought the land. That's usually our lawyer, àwọn máa charge a percentage of yearly years of land that the person paid for the land. Then the second one, which is a survey, a registered surveyor will be the one to do what we call a provincial survey of that land, right? That survey is like the map and the measurement of what you bought. So he too will collect money to enter the bush and carve out your own land for you and put your name on top, and you have that survey. Once you have the deed, you have the survey, 100 years from now, you can trace your land. Then you can now take that document if the land does not have C of O, particularly in Oyo Ogun and all this place, and go and process your C of O. It's sometimes even cheaper than buying a land that already has a C of O. Because once in the C of O, the price is now higher. Meanwhile, you can go and process your individual C of O once you have a deed and a survey. However, if the land already had a C of O when you bought it, you will then take the deed and the survey to go for what we call governor's consent. But okay, governor, we know you gave Wole Agba the C of O that time, or wherever Wole Agba bought it from. But now, the land has moved from Wole Agba to Dele Omo Wole Agba. Kindly attest to the fact that the land has transferred.
I got that, sir. So, sir, if I may ask, sir, what measures? Because there are some people that get to patronize GTEx from the diaspora. They can't come by themselves, and they have to send some family members. What measures has GTEx put in place to ensure that their family members do not take it from them one way or the other? Because you must not have met them before. So, yes, sir.
Very good question, because this has led to a lot of trouble. I remember the story. This is a true life story. They are twin, the male and female. The female was based in the UK, and she was sending money to a male twin, right, to be building house for her. And truthfully, the man would send pictures. He would send, he was sending things to show that he was doing the job. So he just decided to, after a while, they even told them that, the guy told them that the house is ready, he has finished building. So she felt like, let me surprise my twin brother. So she came to Nigeria without telling him. So that day, she met the wife, greeted, in-law and all of that. At some point, she was now saying, let me thank your husband for this house. He has sent her pictures, so she knew the house they are in is the house they built for her. So the wife now say, Ile Tani, sir, I've been sending money to my twin brother. He's been sending me pictures. So, hold on. She now went inside, brought documents showing that it's not Tayo Kehinde, so. Right? This house does not belong to you. It belongs to my husband. Do you know the woman fainted? She paralyzed right there.
Jesus.
Right? Say twins. This is not even twins. So we have seen so many stories of, I sent document, my brother went to collect document from the company, he went to resell it. Because usually, if you have the original document, you can actually sell the land. Because once the buyer can see that the document is original, he can buy it. So many times GTEx now said, can we devise a means where we send your document to you anywhere you are in the world? So today now, if you buy property from GTEx and you are not in Nigeria or you are not in Dubai, or you are not in London, or you are not in US. In other words, you bought property in US, but you are not in US, or you bought property in UK, you are not in UK, or you bought property in Dubai, and you are not in Dubai, or you buy a property in Nigeria, and you are not in Nigeria. We will send the document to you anywhere in the world. It's a partnership we signed with DHL, and this has solved that problem in a great way, where people now know that I'm not having the headache. Sometimes even relatives that were asking you to send them 200,000, you say no. And some of us in diaspora don't even think through this thing. Your family member is asking for 200,000, you say you don't have money. Suddenly, the same family member, you're asking him to go and collect documents of the land you bought for 10 million. The house you bought for 80 million. And you expect him or her not to, first of all, see you as a wicked person. I asked for 200,000 only.
You didn't give me.
You did not give me. Now you're asking me to be. I'm the trusted person that you know. You go and collect. Sometimes, so when we claim all these, people are wicked, I just say, wait to, we could have analyzed this issue, right? We could have analyzed it that this. I remember one time I was training in Baltimore, because I do a lot of global seminars. I'm invited all over the world to train on investment and all of these things. And a woman was saying, Dr. Steven, how do we trust people in Nigeria? My business, I left it in the hand of somebody I trusted, Kiniko, and they ate the entire business. So I now said to the woman, I said, when you were relocating, because I know somebody who did that, why didn't you call this person you say you trust and say, I will sell 30% of this business to you? Let's bring an independent evaluator to value the business. Go and look for your own portion of that money. Pay me, and we become co-owner. And if you have done that, the person will have a sense of the business and will run the business better. Instead of doing that, you still own it 100%. You are now in his mind. It's even his family member that they are on low. Okay, one, if you America on Badu, you want to in other words, they are using you. Your boss is in America, and our value system has been so messed up. So sometimes I advise people, and I've had people who did this and they never had those issues. Because when they were leaving Nigeria, they called the people they trust and say, let's co-own this business. Or they call a team of people based in Nigeria and say, come and invest in this business. So that while I'm away, the owners are many and they will be putting eye on the business. Right? So these are some of the issues our people don't analyze. They trust somebody, they end up being defrauded. So, but GTEx has put a solution to that by making sure your document gets to you anywhere in the world.
I have to clap for GTEx. Thank you, sir. So how can one invest with GTEx today? Like, you want to start today, right now.
Well, I love that question. First of all, me, I only deal with those who want today, not I'm thinking about it. I will come back praying. I need to call Wole Agba to help me here. I know some of you Wole Agba me well, Wole has already told you now that because that Wole and someone is you. So for those who are ready today and are serious, I normally chat to guide people when it comes to investments or mentorship. I charge. I won't lie to you on that. No, but it's true, because we have to be realistic. Because a lot of time, look at all these investments that people are complaining about. I invested 2 million naira, and so companies stole my money. Particularly farm investment has crashed. A lot of them have crashed. But people are also not being realistic. Some will now come on social media and be condemning the image of the family, everybody associated with that company. But we're not realistic. We are not realistic. Somebody told you he will give you 40% return on investment for agriculture. It's not realistic, Wole. It's not realistic. Not in an economy where inflation is so high, not in an economy where there is recession. So even though, again, this is not an excuse to those people. I mean, GTEx has been here for, we have never defaulted on any of our investment programs since we started, not once, and God has been faithful. But let's also be fair on these people you are calling 419. In terms of not promise, realistic. So you yourself should have done the analysis, right? And say these people promise me 40% in a year. How realistic it is, right? Considering Nigeria economy, considering, you know, how realistic. Right? So it's when they now don't pay you, you now go on social media, you now start calling their names, you say they are scammer, they are the devil, they stole your money, their generation is finished. But let's also be realistic. Okay? Somebody said Dr. Stephen is not verified, but GTEx home is verified. Because there is also another Stephen Akintayo, that is my handle, is verified. But I couldn't gain access to it. The number got expired. I've been writing Instagram, so they will not verify 2 accounts. So I have that Stephen Akintayo and Wole that is verified already. So this new one, you know, I've been trying to tell Instagram that look, that other one I couldn't gain access. Either you give me access or to the old one, or you verify this new one. We're still on it. But GTEx home on Twitter is verified. You see that on Facebook. On Facebook and Instagram, you see the blue tick, right? On Twitter, I'm not sure it's verified yet, but I'm sure they will soon do the verification as well.
Well, thank you so much, sir. It's been an amazing time with you, sir. I love every bit of our discussions, and I know time now money. And thank you for making out time to give us more tonight. I've learned a whole lot tonight as well. May you never come back. We love what you do. We appreciate you so much. Thank you for blessing us. And this generation will never forget you.
Amen.
Thank you so much, sir. I'm grateful.
Thank you for having me. I'm really grateful. It's always fun. Each time I'm with you. My love to your wife and to all your